All right, learners, today we're going to learn how to play that blues I played in the preview. This is an open D tuning, and before we tune our guitar, note we also have an open D playlist up here. All the tabs on the screen, but you can print them out by becoming a patron as well. Notes here, additional notes in the description, including my email for one-on-one lessons. So let's go ahead and jump into how to tune the guitar first. Back with some more open D. Probably my favorite open tuning. I go back and forth between D and G because G is a little easier to play, I find, but open D has this really nice low D note. So let's tune up. Our lowest note, we're going to drop that E string down to a D. It's a whole step. Your A is going to stay the same. D will stay the same. If you know your triad, then you also know that this G needs to go down a half step to F sharp, just a tiny bit flat. A, so your B note goes down to A. And this high E, like the other one, goes down to D. D, A, D, F sharp, A, D, D major chord. All right. So now let's talk about the shuffle. Also, if you haven't seen it, check out our open D playlist. It's up here. This is something that I'm pretty proud of. This is a style of playing that I've been playing a lot now that I got my second guitar back. It's a lot of fun, and I want to share it with you guys and girls and people. So we're going to start off, get your bass moving. This is going on every single. Now notice I'm also not letting it ring. I'm getting palm mute. But it's every downbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. The treble is going to add this shuffle triplet like. Vibe going to it. So you're going to start and you're going to play the bass. And then open D string 2 times. 1 and 1 and. Now notice it's not straight time. It's not 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. It's shuffle. It's 1 and 2. Then we're going to land on the 3rd fret with our index finger here. And the reason I try to only use these 2 fingers is because later I want to show you how you can add a slide in another lesson to this idea. If you want to see that lesson, let me know. So you're going to hammer on the 4th fret here instead of playing both of them. You get this. 1 and 2 and 3. Index finger down to the 3rd fret on this tune, the string that's tuned as an F sharp, which was the string formerly known as G. 1 and 2 and 3 and 5th fret. Here's my ring finger. If you were using a slide, you would just move your index finger up. This is the 6th interval, and we're going to take it up one more to the 6th fret, which is the flat 7. Working our way back down, back to the 5th fret, back to the 3rd fret, and now we're on the 4th beat of the 2nd measure. If you count it, you get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and we add a cool little triplet lick here. You're going to drop down 3, hammer 4 on this D string, the other D string, the string that's normally tuned as D. Then your index finger drops down to the 3rd fret. Triple it, boom. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, pola 1. That's the loop. Let's play through it nice and slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and triple it, boom. Second time through, everything's the same except for the triplet. Instead of going 3, 4, 3, you're going to go 3, 4, 0. So we can get up to our 4 chord. So So the second time through, up to our 4 chord. We put both of those together, we get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 polar 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 polar 1. You're still here. That's great. Why don't you go ahead and hit subscribe for the new guitar tutorials we do every Monday, and hit like. It does help people just like you that want to learn this stuff help find this video. Now this is a little harder because you're going to have to play everything with the bar. You could strum through this. You could, but let's look at how to shuffle it if you want. With the bar, you're going to thumb on the lowest string and then index finger the 4th string, which is also going to be our normally tuned to D. I'm using my index finger, and then I just drop my index finger down a string to the 3rd string, which is tuned to an A. And then again, I do the same to the 2nd string. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Once you get here to the 2nd string, you get your ring finger on the 7th of that same string, 8 with your pinky, back to 7, and then back to 5 with the bar. So it's 1 and 2, and it's again better with this little palm mute to it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 4th beat, you just drop down back to this, the 3rd string, the major 3rd. There are cool things you could do. You could slide into it like, if you wanted to, but I think at this point the best thing to do is just get that shuffle down. One more time, nice and slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and boom. Back to where you start. Now the second time when you go back to the 1 chord, you're going to use the 3-0. So it's like playing measures 3 and 4 as opposed to 1 and 2. That gets you through the first 8 measures. Then you just have your turnaround. It's a very similar motion to what we did to start this out. 7th fret, both 6th and 4th string. Then you pluck that 6th string again down to the 3rd string, 2nd string, 3rd string. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. For the 4th, I don't play on the and because it just gives me a little second to change. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. You could passing tone that. So you could go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1. Open low D. Nice and slow. If that passing tone is too tricky, just skip it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1. Every good 12 bar needs a turnaround. 9th, well, first on the 1 beat, open D. You could let that one ring out if you wanted to. 9th fret with your ring finger on the 2nd string. Index finger 7th fret with your 1st string. Now here you can do triplets, you can do 1, you can do 1 and. We're just going to play 8ths. So we pluck the bass and then pluck these strings 2 times. 1, 2, and 3. Down a half step. 3 and 4 down a half step, and 1. Lift your ring finger, 5th fret here, index finger here. So that's 5. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. If you get to the 1, I give it a little mute, and 6th string, 4th string, both the root notes, but I'm on the 8th fret, and boom, down to 7. So I go 1, 2, and 3, 4 to the top. Okay, so the whole turnaround. And at the top. Let's take the whole thing from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. So cool. If you want to learn more about Open D, make sure you check out that playlist. Every single lesson in there is Open D. Also going to put that playlist up for Open G as well. It's good. If you have another guitar, right now I have 2 acoustic guitars. I leave this one in Open D, but I usually keep this one in Open D. And by just noodling around with it, I've gotten a lot better pretty quickly. So those 2 playlists for you. Think about becoming a Patreon. If you made it this far, please hit like. Let us know that you enjoyed it. And until next time, keep on rock and rolling. Tabs up there. Catch you next Monday.